Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my autumn Tudor bungalow. I am so excited to be here today. I know last time in the first part of this I left in a very much of a hurry because I stayed up super late making this build and so I could get it up super early, which is, abnormal for me. I usually, ideally, I would post my fall build maybe even in September or the first week of October, but you know me, I'm always kind of a last minute person, so I was really trying to get this up as soon as possible because in the past I have uploaded them maybe in the middle of October, or one year I uploaded literally the day before Halloween, or it's something really close to Halloween. And that's just not ideal because you need to give people time to build it, and obviously for YouTube and the algorithm's sake, it's better to get that out early because people are searching for it. They're excited for Halloween, they want to see things, and if you do it super late, it's just not the best. So I worked super hard to get this out and up, and so I just literally cannot afford to sit on a voiceover for 20 to 30 minutes because I had to get this uploaded as soon as possible. And it was a lot, but I did it and it all turned out good and okay. And I am super excited about this build. I feel like any type of build that takes me, it's kind of faster to make, I ended up loving just because I don't look at it as much. I don't start to hate things as much. And when it goes fast, I just get more motivated. So this build was pretty fast for me because I just sat down and I grinded it out. It was a lot, but I did it and it was really fun. And I know I talked about this a little bit on my first part of this, but I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more. So this house is kind of small for a couple of reasons, because it is on a plot with my last fall house I did last year. And I am running out of plot data very quickly, and I still want to build one more house in this plot. I'm hoping I can get another one out this year, but I don't know. I'm getting very close to running out of plot data, and so it's gonna have to be a very, very small build. And I know I've been doing a lot of small cottages lately, and that has I haven't been meaning to do that. I'm going to do some more big builds, trust. I'm going to do a big build soon, but I have just been doing these small builds because it helps me motivationally. That's not even the right word, but it helps me with motivation because it is smaller, it's more manageable, but also, I've been wanting to do this kind of fall house neighborhood thing since last year, and I need to pick back up, so it had to be a small house because I have to fit 3 houses on one plot, so yeah. So with that being said about this plot, last year I was really going to try to do a ton of builds on this plot. I wanted to do all 3 of them last year, which is kind of ridiculous, looking back at it. And obviously I did not do that, but I really wanted to make this neighborhood so then I could host a trick-or-treating event. And yeah, I just never had the time to actually do that last year and finish it, and I feel like it was weird to just have one house on this big neighborhood done that people could trick-or-treat at. So this year I'm going to be hosting a Halloween event. I don't know the dates exactly. I have a few in my head. I think I'm gonna do a couple of Fridays, or one weekend or a couple weekends, and we'll see, but stay tuned for that. I'm gonna do probably a lot of announcements everywhere, so just keep your eyes open. And I want to do refresh the server quite a bit so I can see your guys' houses and just meet as many people as I can. So really stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to host another event. I feel like I actually have never really hosted my own event. I'm always doing other things with other people that just kind of happen, but I've never hosted my own event, so I'm really excited for this. And I haven't been as part of the community as much as I wanted to, so I feel like this is a really good way for me to do that, and kind of stick my feet in the water for that, because yeah, it is my first event that I am doing myself, so I'm super excited to do that. Like, you guys don't even know. I am so excited to partake in like my own event and like do that. So yeah, I'm hoping it goes really well, and it'll just be a really fun time. I'll just like tour other people's houses if they have them, just talk to people, and obviously we'll just do a lot of trick-or-treating. And so everyone, if you decide to join, or if you can, also dress up in your costumes, because obviously we're gonna do trick-or-treating and it's gonna be a holiday event, so dress up in your costumes because it'll be so fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing people's costumes, people's builds, and just talking to people. So stay tuned for that. That announcement will be coming very soon. If not, I don't know when I'm posting this video exactly, but it's going to be maybe out by the time I'm posting this. But you'll know. I will post it on a lot of places so you can like stay up to date on stuff. And yeah, back to this build. I envision a younger couple living here, and it's kind of like their first home. It's kind of like they're keeping it small, they're keeping it simple, and they are like renovating it to make it, you know, their home, and maybe it'll become their dream home. And they never move out because they just remodel it to their style. That's kind of what I envision for this, because there's only 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in this home, but you can easily add stairs and make it a second story and add probably another 2 bedrooms. So if you copy the same floor plan from my last fall build last year, you can make this a 2-story and it will become a 4-bed, like 3-bath probably, or maybe even 4-bath. You can really get creative with the layout. And it's honestly very impressive because this build, obviously, it does not like any of these houses. Like, if you told me that they're 4 bedrooms, I'd be like, what the heck? But, you know, that's kind of very realistic to a lot of these houses. When I was looking up kind of like inspiration about these houses, and I saw that they literally had 4 bedrooms, or like a lot, I was like, how in the world do they fit all these bedrooms into a small house like this? But they do. They really do. And this whole neighborhood is actually inspired by where I live, kind of. I know they always say like you're always inspired by like what's around you, and this becomes true to this whole neighborhood. I don't know if you can figure out where I kind of live. I mean, I think these are very generic in a lot of towns, and at least in the US. But they are super fun and have so much history to them, and I love, you know, driving over there and looking at all these beautiful houses. And again, they always look so small, and they are also very expensive for how kind of small they look, but it's in such a good location. They're walkable in a good city. And there's just so much history to them. That's why I love these houses so much. And that's why, okay, they kind of all look like not the same, but they all have the same kind of character, but they're all so different because they have so much character, and that's just what I love about it. And that's kind of why these houses, like this and the previous fall build I did last year, they all look a little similar. And some might say maybe I'm uncreative, but I'm just trying to fit the neighborhood vibe of the time, and, you know, going off of like inspiration pictures for that. And that's just kind of how it turned out. And I don't know. But I just really love like this style, and it's hard because my style is a lot different than this, you know, in real life, but I still love this style so much. I think it is so classic, so beautiful. There is so much history and character and charm to all these little houses, and that's just really like special to me. If you live in one of these houses or something that looks like this, I'm so jealous of you. Like, it is so beautiful. I'm just really loving to learn the history of these houses and, you know, all of this. So also about this floor plan, it is also very similar to my last build in fall last year on the same plot, but that's also because it is very historically accurate to the time of these houses, because, you know, they are kind of small, but they cram a lot of, you know, rooms into the space, and they're not very open in like floor plan wise, because, you know, they gotta fit a lot of rooms in the kind of a smaller square foot house, or what it looks like, you know. So it definitely a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people hate closed floor plans or they either love them. And I'm someone who is starting to really love closed floor plans. Actually, I kind of like them a little bit in between. But a lot of these houses back in the day had very closed floor plans. And I would even say that they were even more closed than I made this house and my previous house. But I don't like them when they're completely like closed off. Like when the kitchen is like, you can only access the kitchen by one door. I don't like that. If it's just like a little door, I like having, you know, the kitchen be kind of beautiful and have a big entryway. So that might not be as accurate, you know, as it normally would be back in the day. But I just get amazed that they can fit so many rooms in these houses and the layout is still very clean and good. So yeah, I did not get too creative with the layout on this one and my last one, just because, I mean, that's historically accurate. A lot of them had a very similar floor plan, and it also is really cool to look at like historic floor plans and build them and reference them in your builds. That's my tip. So if you're ever like wanting to build a historic home, look at vintage floor plans and see like how they lay out their houses, and you will get a lot of inspiration and you'll learn a lot on how they format these houses, because they really do pack a lot into them. Like, it's a lot. I also want to talk about the Halloween update because I did not have time in my last video to talk about that, and that is pretty big news. They kind of went crazy a little bit with the Halloween update, and I kind of love it. Although I don't know how I feel about the whole new like currency like ticket system thing. I know why they did it, and I kind of like the reason why they did it. It just makes people kind of like actually enjoy the game and like do kind of the fall activities and stuff. But like at the same time, I also don't like it because like, I don't know, like having to do that for like a Halloween decoration is kind of like, okay, like, I don't know. I wish that we had like, I don't even know what they would do to make it like, I like the currency system, but I wish it wasn't just for like decor. I wish it was more like I like having to do that for a car and like a limited car. Like, you only get a Halloween and you have to buy it with tickets. Like, I like that, but I feel like I just don't like that we have to do it for certain Halloween decor. So for that reason, I'm not like a big fan of how it works, but I like that they did it in that way. I just wish that they like had some other type of items that you could only get with tickets and not like room decor. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm not like the biggest fan about that personally. But they did do a lot of work and put a lot of love into this update, which we've been needing. And I actually have not tried the prop hunt, like ghost hunting thing. I've heard that there's a lot of bugs in it still, and a lot of people aren't joining like in the public servers, which is kind of sad. But, you know, I think a lot of people, you know, they're playing for that reason, of just like building and role playing, and like the prop hunt isn't as intriguing. I'm not sure how many tickets you get when you play the ghost hunting, prop hunting thing, like compared to like trick-or-treating. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. But all in all, I think it's a great update, and they put a lot of love and like fun new elements we never really got or saw before in BLOXBURG. So like that's been kind of cool to like see a new update that hasn't been like a repeat or anything, or like it's not like they just took what they did last year and like did it. They added some new things and some new elements that like they can just, you know, use, and it's kind of cool to see like, you know, what they're doing with the game. And I'm excited for that, and also for the winter update. Like, that'll be fun to see what they do, what they change, if they're gonna do anything kind of similar to what they did for the Halloween update. That will be kind of cool to see, so I am excited for that. And I guess I'm also very excited for Christmas and just like everything about it. Last year we just did not have a good Christmas where I live. Like, no snow, nothing. Like, we never got snow at all, which I live in a snowy state. It's my favorite thing, actually. I love the snow, especially during Christmas. It's like extra magical, and we didn't get like anything, so it just felt really sad. And Christmas just did not hit this year at all, and or last year, I guess. So I'm kind of, I'm really hoping that Christmas is super fun and cool and magical this year, and I actually like do a lot of, festive things, because last year it was so boring. Nothing was really that fun. And I also heard a lot of people say that it was really boring, and even if you didn't live in a snowy state, it just did not hit the same for whatever reason this year. And I don't know, like, if it's just because we're getting older that it's just not hitting the same, but I don't know. I really do think that the weather and stuff has a big part in enjoying Christmas and stuff. So I'm kind of excited for, I think we're gonna have a lot more of a snowier season this year. So I'm looking forward to that a bit. I say that now, and then I probably will regret what I'm saying a little bit. When it actually does snow and it gets a lot, like, hard to drive and stuff and all of that. But I don't know, I'm excited for that. But I'm really trying to appreciate the fall, because I love the fall so much. And I also feel like I'm not enjoying all the weather that I've been dreaming for, like, about fall this whole summer. And now that it's fall, I'm like, oh, like, I feel like I'm just not appreciating it as much as I should, and I'm not doing all the, like, the fall fun festive things, and it's like, it's kind of like sad. So I'm trying to appreciate fall to the best I can, trying to live in the moment. I feel like we all need to live in the moment, and I'm starting to get very stressed with seeing Target and IKEA and, like, all the retail shops are doing Christmas, which they've also been doing Christmas. I know that retail stores do Christmas early, but I feel like every year they do Christmas so early. It gets earlier every year, because they used to do it right after Halloween, which still, in my opinion, is a little bit early. I get it though. Retail, I get it. I personally don't do my Halloween or Christmas decorations until a couple weeks after Halloween. I'm not one of those people that do it after Thanksgiving, but I will do it, like, I'll do it a couple weeks after Halloween. I think that's valid. Like, a couple in the middle of November, I think that's fine. But they have been getting so obnoxious with Christmas decorations that I have literally, like, when I walked into, like, TJ Maxx or something, just looking for some Halloween decor, just trying to, like, spice it up, and they literally only have Christmas stuff now, and they are not getting any new Halloween stuff. And that was in September. Like, literally in the middle of September, they did not have any more Halloween stuff. Like, excuse me? It's not even October yet, and you got rid of all your, like, your Halloween stuff, and it's only Christmas stuff now. It does not make sense to me. And I also feel like just Target and a lot of the other big retailers they keep pushing it. Every year it gets a little bit earlier, and it makes me a little annoyed, because I just want to enjoy fall and just enjoy Halloween. And then I see, like, the Christmas stuff, and, like, they're not really restocking any Halloween stuff now. It's all Christmas kind of, and I'm like, what? Like, I went to IKEA the other day. All of it is Christmas now. They have a whole Christmas display. All the rooms are Christmas. No more Halloween. They have, like, a couple Halloween stuff, but it's on discount, which, okay, honestly, if it's on discount, I'm not complaining, because I still am going to use the Halloween stuff, but it is just a little outrageous. It's a little outrageous. And I love Christmas more than Halloween, but, it's just a little outrageous to me, because why are we doing that? Like, why are we pushing Christmas? And I know why they push Christmas. I know why. But it's just, like, every year I just see it getting earlier and earlier, and it makes me so annoyed. Like, it's just annoying. Anyways, I need to stop ranting about that, because it does get on my nerves quite a bit now. And yeah, moving on to something a little bit different so I don't get too heated again. I wanted to talk about some future projects I'm working on. I am really happy with how consistent and productive I've been on BLOXBURG and just posting in general. I don't know, like, I don't know, it's hard because, like, I literally don't know how. I've just been so motivated, and I've been on my game, and I've been waiting for this moment all my life to kind of feel like this, and I'm really on my game and my grind, and I'm really happy for that. But, I am trying to see if I can build another house on this plot. That way, when the Halloween event happens, you know, I have 3 houses and not just 2, which I feel like 2 is fine, but 3 is like the sweet spot. So I'm kind of hoping that like I can do a really, it's gonna be a small house, because I literally have not much plot data left at all, and so it's gonna have to be a very small house, which is fine because I also don't have very much time to do a big house anyways. So yeah, if I get that done, that means I'm gonna have a lot of content for a while, and if I don't, then I'm gonna do more challenges and just keep me. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video about the event or like an after the event kind of situation, but I don't know, we'll see. But I want to do get back into more challenges again. I haven't had the time really to do another challenge or like film it, because I've been just working on this build and trying to get this out and all that jazz, you know. But I want to do more challenges and stuff soon, because those are a lot easier to do and they take up less time. The editing is what takes longer, but again, I think it's worth it. And editing normally is, you know, I think once you edit enough of those videos, you kind of get in that routine of like how you want things edited, and it goes a lot faster. So I kind of want to do more of those, and I already have a ton of challenge ideas. Like, I have so many ideas that I want to do and use, and I just don't have enough time to like, you know, do them all the time, and also money, because BLOXBURG is making me broke. I am so broke after this house, and I have to like start from basically $0 and work my way up to like basically $1 million, which is so lovely. So I'm trying to get in a routine of like working to 100K every day just to have something, you know, going on. But, you know, I spend it so fast. Like, that 100K is gone so fast. So that's nice. So that's also like a reason that's been kind of hard. It's like I don't have the money, and I've been deleting a lot more plots that I've had, and I can't keep doing that because I'm out of plots to delete, and I want to keep some of the plots for like, you know, other reasons. And I have a lot of plots that like I'm testing builds on, and I don't want to delete them. And yeah, so that's very annoying. I wish I could just have infinite money, but you know, that's kind of not the point of the game, you know. So I'm gonna do more challenges. I want to do another fall build, so I will do another fall build probably, and that means I won't do a challenge for a little bit longer, and then I'll do the Halloween event, and then I'll go back into my challenges and doing all of those. So I'm excited because I have so much content that I want to do and so many ideas, and I'm so excited for them. One of them, I'll just tell you that I got some like inspiration pics from my best friend, and I'm going to make her dream apartment, and it's gonna be like a commentary video, and I'm excited for that like a lot, just because she showed me what she wanted to do, like what her dream apartment would be, and it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful, and I'm so excited for it. So yeah, I just need to work to get that money up and to work on some of my other, you know, finish up this neighborhood, and then I'm good to go with all my other challenges. And I've been wanting to do this build for a long time, but that is recreating my first ever speed build, which I actually recreated it. And yeah, it was really fun to recreate it. I just have to I just have to make it different, or like, you know, make it how I would now, I guess. So yeah, I don't know, I'm really excited for that. Like, I think that'll be a really good video too. So yeah, that's kind of like what I want to do in the future for the next couple months. And also, I can't forget that Christmas is not coming up, and I know I was just talking about how I don't want to talk about Christmas and stuff until, you know, after Halloween, but like, you know, you gotta do it a little bit, just because that's just how it works, and that's the way of the world. You gotta plan so far in advance. And I have I actually never only done a couple, maybe even one Christmas build, because Christmas and like Thanksgiving is when I get kind of busy, because the holidays, like family, there's always things going on. This year though, I think I will be able to do some more. I just feel like I don't know how to build in the snowy climate, which is kind of bad, because, you know, like a lot of, you know, I don't know, it's just, I should be able to, you know, but I feel like I have a hard time making a good build in the snow. But I do love Christmas, so I want to make a Christmas build. I just don't know what that's going to be exactly yet. I have some ideas and stuff. I just need to like start getting on it, which means I should probably really start doing the Christmas builds very soon, because I just know me and how I get behind, and then it becomes a last minute thing, and then, you know, it's just, that's just how I am. I'm like, oh, well, Christmas is in like 2 months, so I won't have to do it for another couple weeks. And then, you know, then I do it in a couple weeks, and I'm like, oh my gosh, well, now it's December and I need to get this build up, and then I'm like rushing, and it's not really a good thing. I don't have fun doing it, I guess, like rushed like that, and I don't like being rushed, because I think all good things take time, and I don't like being rushed, and no one does. Sometimes it's fun because it's like, okay, once I figure out the house I want to do, and I'm like in the swing of things, like this house for example, then it's fine. But like other times it's not fun. Like it's really like, it demotivates me so much, and that's kind of a big reason why I never do Christmas houses, because I feel like I do a good Halloween house or something, or a fall house, and then by the time Christmas rolls around, I'm like burnt out from like rushing and doing the fall stuff, and then I don't know how to build in the winter, I feel like, and I'm like, what? And it's weird to adjust to, but I really do want to do Christmas and do stuff. I've had this house, I don't want to say it yet what it's gonna be. I've had this house in my head and how I want to like make content for it for at least 2 years, and I have never gotten around to it because it always becomes too last minute, or I just can't find like the exact, like I made some mock-ups. I always make mock-ups of my builds before I actually speed build them. Sometimes I do like a really good mock-up of it, and then I'll like redo it obviously for the speed build, and sometimes I'll kind of do it like I have a good idea, and I'll like, it's not completely blind, but I'll do a lot more blindly, and sometimes I have to have a very good layout and everything before I start the speed build. But this one I've been trying to build and have a good mock-up for, and it's not feeling right to me, and I just keep like not doing it. But I just have this great idea and I need to do it, and I just never get around to it. So it's kind of sad and annoying, but I'm going to, you know. I think this year might be my year. I feel like I finally cracked the code on how I can keep, you know, being active and consistent, and yeah, so I don't want to jinx it, so knock on wood that I actually stay productive and consistent. But I'm in a time in my life where I just really want to work on everything, and I have nothing to lose at this point, so going all in and doing that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the voiceover here, but I will see you guys in the next voiceover or challenge video, whatever it may be. I'm not sure yet, but I will see you guys in the next video. So, bye!